Lunchtime yet. All right. So, how do you find the domain for radicals? You take this. Whoa. You take this inside piece, and you have to set it greater than or equal to 0. I see a lot of people who set it equal to 0, not greater than or equal to 0. I see a lot of people who do this. X minus 8 is equal to 0. The problem with doing that is you'll get just enough of them right to convince yourself you know what you're doing. You'll miss just enough of them to come back next semester. Okay? So, please do not set it equal to 0. It's a bad idea. Get in the habit of setting it greater than or equal to 0 for reasons you'll see in a second. Yeah, it's always going to be greater than or equal to 0 because remember, when we look at the square root of x, that piece has either got to be positive or it's got to be 0. Negative is not a choice, right? So these two combine to tell you that it's got to be greater than or equal to 0. Remember, positive numbers is greater than 0. 0 is equal to 0, so it's greater than or equal to 0. And that's why it's always going to be that. This semester, next semester, for the rest of your life. Assuming you actually do it again at some point in your life. But okay. So, add 8. X is greater than or equal to 8. And to write that interval notation, you would say 8 to infinity. Okay. Right. The next one, what are you going to do? Set 3x plus 1 greater than or equal to 0. So add 1 or subtract 1, subtract 1. 3x is greater than or equal to negative 1. Divide by 3, divide by 3. Negative 1/3 to infinity. Yes, ma'am. Yes. It's got to be negative 1/3 to infinity. The question was, would it be wrong if you wrote it as infinity to negative 1/3? And the answer is yes, that is wrong. It has to be from small value to large value. So in essence, Katia, the infinity always has to come last. Infinity will always be last. Negative infinity will always be first. Always. Okay. Last one. You're going to set 6 minus 2x to be greater than or equal to 0. You'll subtract 6. Negative 2x is greater than or equal to negative 6. And when you divide by negative 2, if you divide or multiply by a negative number, what must you do? You must flip the sign. Okay. And so now that gives you negative infinity to 3.
So both of them are negative, or if it's just...
If you multiply or divide by a negative number, so if the number in front of the x is negative, then you have to rotate it.
Flip it and you put the negative side, and then...
So what the hell's that? Yes. Negative infinity to 3. Your original answer was pretty close because I think you said 3 to infinity. You just didn't get it switched over.
You can't put negative 2x minus 6 or plus 6.
You said the same thing, yeah. Okay. The question was, could you write that as negative 2x plus 6? Could you use it negative 2x plus 6? The answer is yes. Okay. But again, just to emphasize this point, for everybody who sets this equal to 0, when you solve that, you get negative 2x equals negative 6. You divide by negative 2. You divide by negative 2. You get x equals 3. But you never see that the sign's supposed to switch. Does everybody see what I'm saying? And so what most people do is they go like this. Well, 3 to infinity. When I say, why do you do that? They're like, well, that's what all the other ones look like. That one's different. Okay. Any questions on that?